advice can you give people who want to get into video making and comedy on YouTube and online?
The most important thing I can tell you, I said it before and I'll say it again because it's important, you have to start. Don't just make plans of what you want to shoot and the type of series you want or the type of video you want to make. You just have to start shooting stuff. If it's not good enough, you don't have to release it if you're ashamed of it. Learn from what you've done and shoot it again. Do something that means something to you and amuses yourself, makes you happy. Because if you're just trying to create content that is purely for other people, like, oh, I think they'll like this, then that's going to come off transparent, and it won't come off as real. It probably won't be very entertaining. The problem that a lot of people have is they're waiting to get money. They're waiting until they have the right equipment or know the right people or have the right knowledge. Just go out and shoot it. Just go do it. Do whatever you can. Borrow equipment, ask for favors from people, and get out and shoot it. And if it doesn't come out right, then you can do it again. But you just need to do it.
And see what works from there.
Yeah, I listened. The very first episode that I made of Skip TV back in 1992 was crap. And I shot it, and I edited it, and then I threw it away. And it's gone. I don't even have a copy of it anymore. It just kind of sucked. So, although I made a dozen episodes, I only aired episodes 2 through 12. And I think that that's an important lesson. I think that anybody should be prepared to do that. You just need to get out there and shoot stuff and make content.
So you've done work with studios, more traditional media. How do you keep that authenticity going, you know, from what you've created on your own when you're working with those types of people?
You know, it's interesting because, as I said, one of the great things about YouTube is that you have this complete creative freedom. But when you work for another company, and let's say that you have a series that is sponsored by Sony or another company, you know, you do have to work within their guidelines. But I think that there is a delicate balance that can be reached between your creative aspirations and what the company needs. And this also goes for branded videos. You know, one of the really popular things over the past couple of years on YouTube is that brands come in and they want to place their product into a video. And obviously that's a way for us as creators to make a little bit more money by putting a brand, a product in a video. You have to do it, but the trick is you have to keep it as entertaining and fun as possible. You know, you don't want to be, you know, a complete sellout, as they say. The way that I look at it is if you're doing something that you love doing, then it's not selling out. You're just doing, it's just a different aspect of your own work. There's that balance because I always want to put out material that I like and that I think that, you know, hopefully other people will like as well.
Oh yeah, so equipment you use, because you have some really great lights here as well. That are pretty cheap.
Well, here we've got a green screen, and I just bought this green screen at a garage sale. That's a great thing about living in LA. But you can use a green sheet from IKEA. You can use anything, or even blue. You know, you use anything that, as long as you're not wearing the color that you're standing in front of, you can key it out. You have to light it as evenly as possible. So I bought, you know, maybe 8 or 10 lights at Home Depot. These are just work lights, about $10 a piece. And I put a little bit of diffusion on there to sort of spread the light out as evenly as possible. Backlight is important when you do green screen because you want to take the green off of people's hair, especially if you're shooting someone with blonde hair. So you have to have backlights hitting the back of their heads, okay, of your talent's heads. But basically you want to just light it as evenly as possible. And you could even use these type of lights as your key lights that you use in front for the talent. But I have imitation KinoFlow lights. These are made by a company in San Francisco called Flowlight. They're about half the price of Kino's, and they're great lights. Don't underestimate the importance of sound. Sound is very, very important. I think sometimes sound is just as important as video, because if you have a great looking video but it sounds crappy or you can't hear the dialogue, for some reason good sound makes the video look better. I don't know why that is, but it's true. It's
perception. It's how we perceive it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And also, not only sound recording, but sound mixing. I always try to even out the transition sounds from one shot to the next. You don't want to hear pops and clicks. You want to keep it all cross-faded and smooth, and you want to keep your levels about the same throughout the whole video, not too quiet, and you don't want it to be too loud. You don't want it to overload. Here's the best advice I think that I have.
Yes.
As far as if you're interested in being a filmmaker or video maker and you don't really know where to start, watch. This is free film school in your very own home, folks. Watch director commentaries on DVDs. I learn so much by watching director commentaries on DVDs. And another thing that you can do is turn the sound off when you watch movies and just watch the shots.
Oh, look at that! As a director.
Absolutely. If you want to see how to tell a story just with the shots, just see, oh, so when they start the scene, it sort of starts in a wide and it pushes in, oh, but then they cut to a single. Oh, and then they cut back to a 2-shot. Then you realize what all these different shots are and how they tell the story. I learn a lot just by watching movies.